You know, for decades, branding a professional office has always felt like a bit of a compromise. You had paint, sure, maybe some posters, or those giant vinyl coverings that, let's be honest, never really live up to the hype. They peel, they bubble, they end up damaging the walls. But what if you could just skip all that? What if you could make your brand an actual architectural finish instead of just a temporary layer? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today.
Okay, so how do we get from peeling vinyl to a totally flawless finish? First, we're going to break down all the problems with the old way of doing things. Then we'll get into some really exciting new tech, I'll show you how it works, and we'll explore the huge strategic advantages that are making this a total game changer. And finally, we'll look at how you can future-proof your own space. Let's get right into it.
All right, let's start with a headache that I think we can all relate to, especially if you've ever managed a commercial space. You know what I'm talking about. The peeling vinyl, the scuffed up paint, that constant fight to keep your brand looking sharp. These aren't just little annoyances, you know? They're really symptoms of a much bigger problem with traditional wall graphics.
It's a question that probably keeps a lot of facility managers up at night. You invest all this time and money to create a really inspiring environment, and then you just watch it degrade in a matter of months. So why does this happen? Well, it's because the materials we've been using are frankly just fundamentally flawed for high-traffic spaces. It's almost like they were designed to fail.
And here they are, the usual suspects. Those visible seams are probably the #1 issue. They just become little dirt magnets that get misaligned, especially on long walls. Then you've got the adhesives failing because of something as simple as a change in humidity. And when it's time for a refresh, you're often left with torn drywall and a big repair bill. And from an operations standpoint, the long lead times for printing and shipping can throw your entire project schedule completely off.
So if the old way is so obviously broken, what's the fix? Well, it's not about finding a slightly better adhesive or a vinyl that's a little more durable. No, it's about a complete shift in how we even think about putting graphics on walls.
I want you to just imagine a printer that glides across your wall, and in its wake, it leaves this flawless, high-definition image. That is adhesive-free mural technology. It's not a sticker, it's not a panel. The ink is literally applied directly to the surface, which makes the graphic an actual integral part of the architecture itself. This is where the difference becomes so incredibly clear. You know those frustrating seams that collect dirt and never line up? Gone, replaced by a perfectly seamless image. That disruptive, multi-day installation process with all the smells, now it's a quiet, on-site print that's done in a few hours. And maybe the best part, when it's time for a change, you just paint over it. That's it. No more torn drywall, no more surprise repair costs. I know, it sounds almost too good to be true, right? So let's pull back the curtain and actually see the incredible technology that makes this all possible. It's a really fascinating mix of precision hardware and super intelligent software. So at the very heart of it, you've got these incredibly precise print heads that deliver just stunning, photorealistic detail. As the ink is applied, these UV LED lamps cure it instantly, which makes it super durable right away. And these lasers and sensors are constantly scanning the wall, making tiny micro-adjustments to make sure the image is perfect, even if the wall isn't perfectly flat. It's this combination that guarantees your brand colors are accurate every single time.
The process on site is actually remarkably straightforward. After a light surface prep, the mobile system just gets to work, printing the graphic. And with that instant UV curing, the wall is immediately ready to go. There's almost no disruption, which means the space can be completely transformed overnight or even over a weekend.
Okay, so let's talk about the bottom line, because this isn't just about making your walls look good. This is a strategic upgrade that has a real, tangible impact on your operations and, of course, your brand.
I mean, just think about what this number really means. Less than 5 hours. That's a complete transformation of a key brand touchpoint, like your lobby, happening while everyone's at home. Your team can leave on a Friday and come back on Monday to a completely new space with absolutely zero disruption to their work. That's a true game changer.
See, this isn't just an aesthetic choice. It's a really smart business decision. Remember those high costs of replacing vinyl when tenants change? Well, with a simple paint-over finish, those costs are pretty much gone. The shipping delays and fabrication errors that can wreck your project schedules, that's a thing of the past with on-site printing. This is all about taking back control of your brand, your timeline, and your budget. And in a time where sustainability is a core driver for business, this technology is just a massive win. We're talking about eliminating all that PVC vinyl and adhesives from landfills, cutting down transport emissions, and creating a truly circular solution with that paint-over finish.
This is such a powerful way to align your physical space with your corporate sustainability goals.
Okay, so how do you bring this future-forward technology into your own organization? Let's talk about a strategic playbook for creating spaces that are just as dynamic and adaptable as your business needs to be.
You know, the beauty of this is that you can start small. Pick a high-impact wall, like in your lobby or a main conference room, and just see the results for yourself. Once you're a believer, and you will be, you can scale it across your entire portfolio. With off-hours installations and a clear content roadmap, you can create a living, breathing brand environment that's always fresh and always on message.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? If you're an organization that is serious about performance, about sustainability, and about speed, the choice is just crystal clear. This isn't just another option to consider. It's a fundamental upgrade that aligns with the demands of any modern business.
So, as we wrap up, I'm just going to leave you with this one question. Is your office built for the past, or is it printed for the future? In a world that's constantly changing, your physical space has to be as agile as you are. This technology isn't just about branding your walls. It's really about future-proofing your business. The future is already here. The only real question is, are you ready to print it?